that easy to just hash it out. Oh, even like my angle. But we can. My angle sucks today. Actually, no, that's what it usually is. I don't know what's wrong. I think
I
it's
don't know,
like a
man.
little further back. Whatever. I
Yeah,
still got.
that's pretty normal.
That's what I got.
Do you mean it doesn't always look disheveled?
It always does look disheveled.
Okay.
That's Hi, welcome to the Kind of Late Show. I'm your host Terence, and good God, I was drinking water earlier. That's my intro. That's my intro tagline. Is I was drinking water today. Stay hydrated. It's hot in California. It's like it was 91 degrees, like in like
Yeah.
in the afternoon, like the morning afternoon, like 11:30. It was already like high 80s, 90s.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it was
Round
pretty.
11, it was like 85, and I'm like, it's not. This isn't even the hottest.
Yeah, I'm like, this is like I went out to like take some trash out earlier, and just to like kind of gauge how hot it was, and I was like, okay, it's kind of warm, and I was wearing like short sleeves and shorts. And I look at my phone to check the weather. It was fucking 91. I was like, oh no. Joining me tonight is a good friend Sean, friend of the show. He's back after a 2 week hiatus for you. I think you were here like 2 weeks ago. I say.
Yeah. Pretty on a good one
Yeah,
2 weeks
yeah.
ago. And I kind of just like stayed on that good one, but I was at school the whole time.
Oh yeah, yeah. You were totally like, yeah, I'm on my break, man. I needed to replug.
Yeah,
Nice, nice.
yeah. It has not gotten better. It is still really rough. Crying on the inside.
As long as no one can see it.
Yeah,
Man up.
yeah. We man up here.
So let's start with the first topic. Big news this week. Elon Musk has bought in Twitter.
Dude.
Like I remember I woke up and I think the first because again I follow
I think conservatives are too happy.
it's like I'm following sources on both sides, and all I'm like seeing is like everyone just like doing a victory lap, and it's like
Yeah, the liberals are crying, and they're
yeah.
like, "Oh, Elon is the communist." No, he's a fascist.
Which I'm gonna post this clip up right now. I'm extending an open invitation to Elon Musk to come onto this show and talk about all this Twitter stuff, because this show has 0 followers and I want him to blow it up like he did Dogecoin.
There you go.
So, well, it's got it doesn't have 0 followers, but
Yeah, but I mean, he does have all the reason to come here and talk to you.
yeah, exactly.
There's nothing stopping him except himself from coming here.
So he's the asshole now for not accepting this.
Yeah.
So
He just
which I don't think you're an asshole. I think you have a lot of interesting things to say that people want to know and hear. And I do not have much of a vested interest in much of it, but other people do. So that's why you should tell those things to me and not other people on other media outlets.
I was an investor.
Yeah. So and now that money's gone to Twitter.
I know, right? Well, Twitter went up, I think, like 23% as soon as
as soon as we bought it, like the stock went up. So
sheesh.
clearly,
I've never bought Twitter, and now I'm kind of mad. I was like, why the hell am I gonna buy Twitter? Like, Trump's not even on there anymore.
Do you even think it's gonna dramatically change though? Because
did you see his poll earlier? He just tweeted out a poll.
A poll? No.
Yeah,
because again, I'm not sitting there religiously following stuff on Twitter. So.
Well, I just I get my news through Instagram, like every normal millennial. It's not Facebook, you're getting your news on Instagram. But no, he just had a poll
or YouTube.
Or YouTube, yeah. But he did just have a poll saying, do you think Twitter abides by like free speech stuff? And it just says like a yes or no, and he says vote carefully, like this will decide a lot. And I was just like, oh shit, he's already going hard right now.
It's like all the people that said wait, what was the question again?
He was like, do you think Twitter abides by like free speech?
It's like all the people that were like, yeses or just whatever you picked is like, well, you're gonna get banned. That's how the ban waves start.
Just starting to cross out names right now.
Right, he's making a list. He's checking it twice.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that. That's so funny.
Elon Musk is coming to town.
Damn. But I mean, it's so funny. He's like, he's been on the board for 2 days, and already he's like, all right, we need to make some major changes. Cracks knuckles, pulls out flamethrower.
Boring.
Yeah.
Oh my
No,
god.
but it is interesting to think like what might happen because I mean I never cared for Twitter. I just
I
heard how toxic it
Well,
is.
that's just even like I was talking to Annika or like yesterday or 2 days ago. My senior year of high school, right? This is over 10 years ago. Uh, Trolson called me Twitter because like I don't know why because my name started with a T,
Okay.
and I think he saw me like looking at my phone once.
Yeah,
But like
checks
I
out.
had a flip phone in high school, so that to date me, this was during the transition period.
God,
Actually,
you did date a lot of stuff right now.
yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah. But
So
I just like that association. It's like, oh, his name starts with a T. He's on his phone. You're Twitter.
what? So one day someone asked, like one of the other students asked me, like, "Hey, do you even have a Twitter?" No, I don't. Why does he call you that? I don't know.
Fucking-
It's like, so you don't have a Twitter? No, I don't. Good. And he said, good. It's like, because even back then, 10 years ago, we already knew this was a toxic wasteland.
I mean, I just don't think. I think it was just really. It's still dumb now.
I mean, obviously, you should follow the show on Twitter now.
Yeah. And it's not dumb if you're following.
Yeah, no, and you're not dumb if you have a Twitter and you're following the show.
Yeah. That actually makes you one of the good ones.
That actually, yeah, you're smart.
So
Beautiful.
Elon Musk, we are extending it out to you again.
Yeah, even if you
Follow
just
this-
follow the show, that would do a huge boost. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
follow
or
the
just like
show.
a solid yo at kind of late show. I'll think about it. That would do more than anything for anyone. It's like that would be the most anyone could do for anyone on the planet. Like nothing's ever been done. But you can give it like a billion fish to starving people in a third world country, but this would still be more meaningful of an act by coming
how
on this
wild
show.
it'd be if you just followed everyone.
Elon,
Yeah.
just like
Almost like Tom on Facebook is like he was like your first friend. It's like now that he's
hey man, Tom never fucked us like Zuckerberg did.
Okay, big facts, but like imagine now everyone who like starts a Twitter like you're already followed by Elon.
That'd be pretty cool. That would be pretty wizard.
Elon, we're hitting with you with
So
some A1 right now.
You could
Use that steak
follow
sauce.
everyone. No one even has to at you. You'll just see it all.
Or just put it in the algorithm.
Just immediately. Just Elon Musk is following you. Yes, that's all I want. Like that would draw everyone into Twitter immediately.
Oh my gosh!
Like
yeah.
that would immediately bump up that would bump up them rookie
Yeah,
numbers.
that's such a wild gimmick. That's such a wild gimmick. I love it.
They're just like, oh yeah, no, Elon Musk will like totally follow you if you get a fucking Twitter.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because I guess he'd probably start like, how do you even check like things that you're? Nah, I guess it'd be honestly pointless for him to have a Twitter at that point. You just
Yeah, no,
you have like the dumbest shit on your feed
all the time.
all the time.
Just
22
Just
million people.
Speaking of how Twitter's toxic,
It's like 2 minutes of Elon Musk having like following everyone's account, and he's like, "Ah, this is bad."
it's like I bought 10% of Twitter just to like not get on it.
just to realize actually how bad the America and the world is.
Right? Oh god.
Yeah, I've only tweeted twice
I
in my life.
tweeted once during the Super Bowl, and I think that was technically the show tweeting. And that tweet I'll still stand by. It was because it was after the Lindsay Lohan I think it was a Planet Fitness commercial, but there was a Lindsay Lohan commercial during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Yo, Lilo doing good," and because the whole premise of the video is that she's like doing better than like we all remember her.
Right.
So I'm like, "Yo, can we get like Lilo as Mary Jane and the Spider-Man 3 with Andrew Garfield? We're never gonna get."
Pain. That's funny.
So that was one of the tweets, and then I did another one. Like I think it was about WWE and Peacock messing up, and I was like, I don't really like, and I deleted that tweet, but that was just specifically because I didn't want like my only existing tweet to be about Peacock being glitchy during the WWE pay-per-view.
Yeah, because it's gonna follow you back.
Yeah, like that's
Eventually,
the one
like
that's
you're
gonna
gonna.
bite me in the
Yeah,
ass. Like
it's
I'm trying to get that Peacock deal
your
for the
show
show,
starts. Yeah,
and then Peacock's like, we can't fucking touch this guy.
yeah. Like we can't have you like on our late nights.
Yeah, this is
Saturdays
preposterous.
and
Like
Sundays.
you'll never, you're trash to NBC. It's like,
Yeah.
oh god.
That was the one tweet. And it's gonna be all like 15 years ago. The best part is it's like you only have 2 tweets.
It's like, and one of them was like, well,
specifically,
like that means that you felt this impassioned, that this was the one thing you had to share, and it was like, well, no, I just forgot my password.
oh my god. Actually, that makes my Twitter account even better because its stuff is dicks. Just an account.
Oh yeah, your dick drawing Korean.
Yeah, it's just Harry Cocker.
Yeah.
Jesus is a dick.
For those of you that don't know, Sean did a mini stunt as a dick artist, because I think most artists should do a small stint as a dick artist.
So not to cut you off, but we during the junior show last night, we had an artist come and he was like a juror to like pick like the top 3 that he liked. His first big project was all dicks. Like he did a whole thing on dicks. He was like, I'm gonna turn a tree trunk to the inside of a dick. And yeah, the tree trunk took a giant wall, and he's like, yeah, so those are the two canals right there. And it looks like a little funny face. I'm not gonna lie, it looks like a little I forget it. It's either like a little smiley face or a little frowny face because there's like 2 dots where.
This is a laughing, massaging my face. Like I'm this is me laughing. I'm like,
and then it's just like another little one. I don't know what the little smiley face part is for, but yeah, and
it's like the other smiley face part on the dick.
It's just so funny. And then I have another classmate at who's at Community, and she just had a show all about dicks.
I mean, the credits for Superbad, it's all dick
all
pics.
dicks. Man.
Like a man dick.
Like a man.
Just had to throw in the
Like,
reference.
You know what foods are shaped like penises?
All the good ones.
The best one.
It's true.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, corn dogs.
Yeah,
Are like
I really like corn dogs.
that's about it. I mean, I guess hot dogs.
I don't like.
too.
See, it's funny because I'm not big on popsicles. You have popsicles?
No, I'm not really big on like ice cream.
Really?
Cool, because it's sweets. I'm not a big sweets person.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, we've talked about this
Yeah.
before. Yeah, here.
I don't eat a lot of sweets, but I drink a fuck ton of soda.
Yeah, that's where you get all the sugar. See,
Yeah.
that's probably why it's
It
just,
balances out.
yeah.
You
You're
know, in terms of like the
you-
unhealthy American diet,
you
it
don't
balances
have
out.
have like a blood alcohol level. You just have a syrup.
Yeah,
blood
I just
level.
have a just corn syrup level.
Yep, you have a blood corn syrup level. It's probably pretty lethal.
It's like he needs a blood transfusion. No, he needs more high fructose corn syrup.
He needs more corn syrup, and they just pull out like a fucking thick bag.
Just like
heavy.
oozing. Just
Like the drip is like a 2-hour long. Like just for like one drip.
just molasses fucking
Ugh.
thickness. Just
Okay, I'll take 3. I'll take 3 of those, please.
Oh man.
I'll just have it like pouring on my pancakes.
Can I take like one of those like to go, like in a to go bag?
It's so gnarly because like throughout the years it's just like learning like, oh, how bad high fructose corn syrup is, and then going to the store, it's like, oh, you can just buy this shit. You can just buy high fructose corn syrup. Like
Can also what's the MSG?
yeah. Okay, but MSG, I mean, I've seen enough fuck, what's his name? The one fucking YouTuber.
Oh, it's Uncle Roger.
Uncle Roger. I've seen enough Uncle Roger to know MSG, good.
That's where all the flavor is.
Yeah, he's like long life isn't as important as good food. That's some big facts.
Well, it depends, because I mean, like, you know, right now, if you have a long life, it could kind of suck because, you know, getting old sucks. But like, you know, if we like discovered, you know, the keys to longevity,
I mean,
you know,
like if you have a shitty life, like why would you want it to be long?
but like if you have like a decent life and you're gonna like, you know, at least live like 300 years, do you really want to be like, you know, eating chimichangas every night and having that colon blow.
Dude, I do not even want to be eating chimichangas now.
I mean, I'm not a chimichanga fan, and I'm only assuming that does some pretty gastrous things to your butthole.
I thought chimichanga was just an analogy for bad food.
No, well, I mean, it would that would make sense, but I meant like literal chimichangas, which probably I'm assuming
That's a fried burrito, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming
that sounds dank as fuck. Why wouldn't you like a chimichanga? That sounds bomb. It's a fried burrito.
I'm just saying it sounds like it's gonna do like a number on your stomach.
Yeah, well, so do fucking Jack in the Box tacos.
Well, I'm not the biggest fan, but again, like if you're living like a decent life, then there's the whole you're probably taking care of yourself because that's probably the.
I mean,
is the decent life having MSG and having
your blood is half serum. So, I don't know if you're gonna live long.
I don't know if decent life is still an equivocal.
Yeah, I'm trying to I'm thinking about like how long I might live, and it's not long.
I'm already like past when I thought because
I get like chest pains. You ever getting chest pains? It's been weird lately.
My back's been like really fucked up lately.
I don't know if it's the smoking or the.
But
drinking.
I think the back pain, that's like a whole male thing. Like there's a whole if you like delve into like the whole like men's rights, there's a whole underlying like no, every man and has like constant back pain.
Constant back pain is from carrying the trouble of the world on your shoulders.
Right, it's all this weight of the world on our shoulders.
I'm sorry, y'all don't know the struggle of being a man. But also, it could be just having to lug around this huge dang right between my legs.
Right, it's also this huge dong
fucking up my back. Buzz, buzz, buzz.
It's also because all the dongers that all the guys are probably taking up in the back. Oh, boys.
Yeah, you know what? Like, I do be getting my back fucking bed. Doctor's like, you got scoliosis. You're damn right I do.
It's like, what you trying to say? You checking me out?
Yeah. God damn it. That's great. That's great. See, that's why I need a new doctor. I just saw this gnarly post, and it was like this chick, and she took a picture of herself, and she's like, when you meet your boyfriend's dad for the first time and find out he's your gynecologist. Like, damn.
I just think it's funny because the last time you were here, I think we were kind of talking about how guys don't go to the doctors a lot because the prostate thing, and now you're like, bro, it's like you gotta go to the doctor to get your booty blasted, dog.
Big facts. Big facts. They're like, don't worry, we're just gonna stick a finger in. I'm like, can you use your fist?
It's like, I'm just gonna stick my finger. Okay, but can you do a little bit more than that?
As they stick it in, do people usually get hard?
It's like, should I sing a song while you're doing this? Should I serenade?
Can I also make a sperm donation while I'm at it?
What did we get here from Elon on Twitter?
How do conversations start, honestly?
Dude, for real.
Like, I wanna do like a whole book on how conversations start, and it's just gonna be a giant book that's a tangent.
It's a fear of not talking.
Oh yeah.
It's like the ultimate true basis of conversations. Like, I don't know, I just wanted to fucking kill the silence, man.
Yeah.
It's like we were just looking at each other, like no one was saying anything, and it was just weird.
It was really weird. You know, some people say like be comfortable with silence, and those people murder people. Those people are serial killers.
All right, or they hate other people.
Or both.
I
am both.
Like most serial killers tend to hate other people. That'd be weird for serial killers to like be really passionate and compassionate about people. Like a serial killer that's just like a real people person.
Well, I think that is a sociopath. I think like real sociopaths are fairly charismatic.
Yeah, I guess so. Because a psychopath would be the one that's like all standoffish.
Because like fucking what was his name? Who was like murdering all the chicks. Fuck, they made it like a documentary.
Oh, Ted Bundy.
Yeah, Ted Bundy.
Yeah, but I don't. He was charismatic, not compassionate.
Yeah.
Like, I guess the total inverse would be like a vigilante
Yeah.
murderer.
Exactly. So I
Like,
think like any like supervillain, because usually supervillains are like, we're doing it for the greater good, even though it's really fucking
you'd like
evil.
to think, but I mean, like, again,
Like
like, would someone that's I mean, I guess a compassionate serial killer be someone that goes around just like murdering like pedophiles or something,
that's pretty gangster.
right?
I like that.
Right. That's a.
See,
I mean, look, the Punisher. I guess the Punisher's
yeah, the Punishers.
the compassionate serial killer.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess if you think about it, even like most superheroes, because I mean, you just have Bruce Wayne fucking destroying people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Where is he? Breaks both of their legs.
I mean, Superman crushes buildings when he just like flies through a.
I like the memes where it shows like the entire city destroyed, and they're like, "We saved the city."
We did it. We saved the
We
city.
saved the city.
It's like Team
My
America.
baby, where's my baby?
It's like Team America when they're blowing up all the
Oh.
national monuments.
Yup. Exactly.
He's heading into the Louvre.
I'm gonna watch Team America this week. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Oh,
It's so good.
It's a good one.
It's so good.
I think. Oh man, let's we gotta get some good time. Let's move on to this is an older topic that we talked about on this show before. It was me, Sebi, and Jordan, but I wanted to discuss it again with you.
Oh yeah.
So to readdress why I'm bringing this up, the Batman. Well, first off, have you seen the Batman?
No.
Okay, well that's hardly relevant to the actual
Okay.
discussion. So in the UK, it was rated M16,
Hmm.
which was I think that's what the age rating was. I
Yeah.
could be wrong on because again I'm not 100% sure what they're, but essentially it was like the equivalent of a rated R movie.
Wait, so
In the
is that
UK?
this one, the newest
Yeah,
one?
the newest one.
Okay.
So it was essentially in the UK it was essentially the equivalent of a rated R movie.
Yeah, isn't one here PG-13?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, that's whack.
So the movie theaters in general wanted them to lower the rating of the movie so more audiences could see it.
Mm-hmm.
But their motion picture association was like, no, this movie's too graphic, not gonna happen. So now I'm gonna ask
Whack.
you, because we had the conversation. None of us are parents, but you're a parent.
Yeah.
So when do you think this becomes kind of this type of high action type of intense thriller violence becomes suitable for younger audiences, quote unquote?
So hard because like so many kids are just raised differently. So I remember just being an elementary, and a lot of my classmates. So we're like in the third grade, and they were already playing like Grand Theft Auto and shit, and I wasn't allowed to play like any mature games. So it's the level of maturity is a lot different. Like any of those guys, you put a rated R movie in front of them, and it's totally fine. One of my other classmates, she said that as a kid, she grew up watching horror movies, and I was just like, Jesus Christ! But it just depends on the kid and the parent, really, because I know for a fact, like Raiden could not handle it. Like she gets scared at like the littlest things, and it's like, it's not that big of a deal, but it really depends on like the mentality. Yeah.
Yeah. No, because even like I remember like one of the things I remember telling them when we had the conversation was one of like my first big rated R movies I remember seeing was probably The Matrix, which is
Okay.
the first The Matrix is rated R.
Yeah.
Which
But also fucking sick.
it's sick as fuck.
fucking sick.
So that was my first kind of like big exposure to rape. But again, other than that, I think I remember PG-13 action, a lot of like PG-13 action, because that's what was becoming the standard when we were growing up, was the PG-13 action movie.
Yeah, I think like the first like real rated R movie that I remember watching like in the theaters was Bad Boys 2.
Okay.
And yeah, that was like just high
Gosh,
action.
I don't even remember the first rated R movie I saw in theaters.
Yeah.
That like I needed like an adult to go see it
Yeah,
with.
I remember seeing it with my parents, and I just remember the point. Like, there's a point where,
Like I remember
like,
seeing Tropic Thunder with my uncle,
oh
but
shit, yo, saw that in theaters. Fucking no, I just remember the scene in Bad Boys 2 where he lays next to this chick and she just gets like some big ass titties, and I'm just there in the theater like, oh,
this movie's dope.
yeah. I was like, oh shit. I think that's probably like one of the things that's like for me is just I don't think you want to be like showing kids like Kill Bill. You wouldn't want to be showing kids fucking like nymphomaniac. So I think like there's a threshold for like the kind of rated R movie or even like the kind of like PG-13 movie.
Well, and here's just an interesting question. What would you say is more important to be hidden from younger audiences in movies? Violence or sex?
Oh, that's a good fucking question. Mm,
Because it seems the standard is to keep sex out of cinemas and pump them full of violence.
yeah, I
Which
think
obviously I don't. I think the idea is you don't want to be having high end AAA porno movies in cinemas, which obviously I don't think either of us is advocating for.
yeah, I mean that's not even like really a big thing. I think it's just like a certain amount of like nudity, but even that's not like crazy bad.
Uh,
Um
one watched a video and there was this guy talking about how nudity is not really in cinema anymore. What you see a lot of nudity now is television, and it is in
yeah,
series like Game of Thrones, all the Cinemaxes, because there is
true,
sex
but I
and
mean
nudity in a lot
so
of
I
those
mean
shows.
this goes back to the Oscars. Like who's even watching movies anymore? You know? So and that's kind of one of the reasons why like uh shows do have to like bump up the scale. Like they do have to like bump up that factor because we're not getting it from movies anymore because we're really not watching movies anymore. We're watching more like Netflix movies. Like so if a movie comes out on Netflix, you're like, all right, I'm gonna check this shit out.
And I feel like that's kind of a big loss too, because even I was watching with Lego Batman, perfect family movie, and that's a movie that was made to be like seen on a big screen.
Oh, same. I just saw Sing 2 and like that was the fucking shit.
Yeah, it's
Like amazing to see it like in the theater.
like when like there's an appreciation that I think a lot of the I don't know how much the regular moviegoer really has the appreciation for sitting in a cinema and like enjoying that as the medium for enjoying a film.
Well, too, so yeah, I just saw Jackass Forever with Seb, and we
Not a family film.
definitely not a family film, but it was one of these things that we talked about in my class pretty recently, and it was just um the shared experience you have in the theater. So it's like when something dramatic happens, you can hear the gas.
Yeah.
When
Okay.
something like sad happens, like you know that you can't be the only one feeling
Yeah,
that.
you can like hear someone behind you.
And when it came with Jackass Forever, you're seeing them in the dark in the pitch black room. Have you seen it?
No, not yet.
Oh
No.
my god! And so you're just hearing like everyone's laughter in the fucking theater, and it's just such a good feeling. And yeah, it's just that shared moment, and you really want to get that from being in the theater. I mean, unless you are just like chilling with the homies and you're watching a movie and stuff, but just to actually have that whole
No, and
crowd.
there's something about like having that experience with like strangers as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Because it's like you're sitting and watching a movie with your friends, you're gonna have a good time.
yeah,
And again, like I think we all know if it's a movie that like you're the one that like, oh, I want you guys to watch it. You're sitting there watching your friends of how they're gonna react to it.
yeah,
Just to
that's like
like,
90% of it.
yeah,
You're
exactly,
just like, eh,
right.
eh.
But again, like everyone in a movie theater, everyone's seeing it for the first time.
Yeah, I know. I love to see everyone's reaction when I start playing the butt porn. It's just the video of the doctor sticking his fist on my hands.
Oh god, yeah. So I think that's an interesting.
Because so like the reaction of everyone seeing Captain America grab Thor's hammer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was a great movie moment.
Yeah, I fucking went crazy.
Did you see Toy Story 3 in theaters?
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Everyone walking out.
Everyone's
Everyone walking out crying. Everyone walks out of that movie crying.
dude. I think I heard people audibly crying when they were going in the furnace.
Yeah,
That furnace moment.
I heard a lot of people like crying about the first. I totally like remember watching like afterwards like people like hearing about everyone like being like mad and sad about the furnace or sad about the furnace scene.
Yeah.
I was like I was totally like not crying during that moment. I think I was just too into like the action of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, the ending, I'm like, oh man. And I remember like walking out of the theater and like all the staff were just like, is this a sad movie? And everyone's like, no, it's not.
No, it's beautiful.
It's so great.
Dude. Yeah, when it comes to movies though, so it is kind of a toss up. Like
Because yeah, like obviously
you don't
something like
know.
Kill Bills. But again, I remember being like, gosh, at least a preteen the first time I saw Kill Bill. Maybe a teenager, I would have been an
Yeah.
early teenager.
Well, so again, I think it's funny because like you do hit a certain age where
Because like obviously you're not going to show it to like a 6-year-old,
yeah,
but you might teeter. I think like we were all kind of agreed that like once a kid's 10, you're kind of teetering on the border of
yeah, like so. I mean, I think it's really funny because so it was said in the UK they had it as
it was a rated R equivalent.
but he was like 16.
Yeah, like 16 and up kids had to see it.
Yeah, see, I feel like that should basically like R-rated R should pretty much be 16 because
Well,
like by
ours are mostly like 17 and up.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, I feel like even that is like
Really, our R rating should be like 15 up.
yeah,
Because honestly, like
like by that time,
high schoolers are pretty prepared for.
yeah.
American high schoolers, for the most part, should be prepared for most types of.
I mean,
media.
we had to watch Saving Private Ryan during summer school. Like that's not
Yeah, I had like
show movie.
I had a teacher show me or we were like watching Apocalypse Now in one of my film classes, and then the next day he was like, that might have been no. No, what it was is he shows us Blade Runner.
Oh shit!
And he's like, so I think that movie might have been a bit intense for you guys, so I'm gonna put on this one, and it was Apocalypse Now.
God damn it, that's hilarious.
It's like Blade Runner's too intense. Let's watch Apocalypse
So
Now.
I think it's a funny thing too, like this question, because this is something that I've noticed for my classes, like for my poetry class. One of the assignments that our professor wanted to give us was he would have the students design their own tombstone so they could write an epitaph on it.
All right.
And like I guess he would do that with all of his classes, but over the years, I think he started realizing that like it like I don't know if it was maybe comments from like his class and stuff, but they're basically saying like he realized the idea of having students create their own tombstones. Like that's just like a dark idea and a dark thing, right? But I'm here like, no, that's fucking dope. Like epitaphs are fucking hilarious.
I mean, like if you didn't think about the darkness of the in general to begin with, and that wasn't part of the reason you went in to do it, I gotta ask, why did you come up with that? I was like, if that was like,
well, because like
I mean, not you, obviously.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, he showed us like hilarious ones, like really good epitaphs, and it's like you want to be creative, and there is I don't know, there's good literary things to be found, and being clever.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, but so it was that, and we had to watch movies for a couple of my classes, and the teacher was like, if this movie is too hard for you to watch, you could just turn it off, and you could just write the paper about something else. And I'm thinking like, wait, these are college students, and you're telling them if they can't make it through a movie, and it was like a war film, and like there was hardly any like. There's nothing crazy about it, but like there are moments where it's like it's sad and it's intense, but if you're an adult and you can't handle to see certain things, like that's when I'm like, man, then like maybe we should be showing these kids something crazy.
Yes. On that note, I do think there should be things that like shouldn't be made. Because I am like, okay, again, like
I need some examples.
the Serbian film.
Which one's that one?
I don't even want to talk about like the contents of it. Nate showed it to us.
Oh no, is that what I'm thinking it is? I hope it's not what I'm thinking it is.
I think it's the one you're thinking of. Like, it was banned in a bunch of fucking countries.
No.
Yeah, that movie should have never been made. Like people that know, like that people that are interested in that movie, because I never knew that movie existed. I never wanted to look up that movie.
All right, well you can tell me what exactly it is after that if after this.
Yeah, no, I remember being shown it, and I was like, fucking traumatized, and I was like, the fact that it like and we yeah, we'll talk about it later.
All right.
But we'll switch topics because I'm looking at your hat. Life is Beautiful.
Yeah.
Me and Annika just looked at the set list.
Ooh.
Holy shit, it's pretty amazing.
I don't know. You like it? That's funny.
Caged Elephant and Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah.
Gorillas.
Yeah, but I mean, I did already see the gorillas,
Okay, yes, that
and so, and I've heard their newest album, and it's not bad. I just and I would love to see like Arctic Monkeys and Cage the Elephant, but I just felt like there wasn't enough on there that was like really like their heads are like it's all right.
You're like, those headliners,
Was
they're
it
pretty
Billy,
mid.
was it Billy again?
No, I don't
forget
think so.
who's headlining.
It's them. It's the names that I just named.
Oh, they're okay. Well,
Yeah, they were the big names on the poster.
that is cool.
I just know it's the
Yeah.
first. I just know it's like the first time me and Annika have been like, oh man, this like we might actually go this year.
All right. I mean, if you go, let me know because I like going to Vegas.
Yeah, well, I mean, like we're kind of looking at like Money in the Bank right now too, because that's gonna be in Vegas in July.
Oh, that'd be fucking sick. And chances are I'm not gonna be taking a summer class, so
Dude,
Your-
Money in the
your
Bank.
boy is down.
You.
Oh yes, Arctic Monkeys. See Calvin Harris. I don't like. He's cool. I don't. And Jack Harlow. I'd like to see Jack Harlow. The Gorillas would be cool again. Lord. I'm not a big fan of Lord. Lord. And then Migos.
Migo, the biggest band in the world.
the most popular rap group alive. Actually, literally. I would love to see Alicia Cara. She's really sick. And these are just a lot of the smaller ones. Like,
I mean, I'm sure a lot of it has to do with this is what the first they didn't have it for. They didn't have it last year, did they?
yep, they had it last year.
Oh, they
Last year
did?
was the first one since the pandemic.
Okay.
And that one was pretty fucking good.
Because I know you go every year, so.
Yeah, and yeah, this didn't grab me. I feel like they're still really trying to get back to the people that were headlining beforehand because they had just bangers just every single year. It was just like a fucking fever dream of people you wanted to listen to, and it's like all different genres in one spot. So you're just like, geez, Louise.
Speaking of like fever dream of artists, there's like an LA like God, I don't even remember what the festival's called. I don't even remember anyone that was in it. I just remember the Violent Femmes are going to be in it,
Nice.
and a bunch of like Morrissey's one of the headliners.
They're still alive. What the fuck? Damn, that's awesome.
But it's like a lot of like 80s bands. So again, like
I just saw a really shitty movie on Netflix.
what movie was it?
I think it's called Metal Lords.
Oh God,
Yeah, it's awful.
just terrible 80s movie concept.
It's not even
Is it like
not even 80s.
is
It's
that
like
about the 80s?
no, it's quite literally here now trying to be a metal band. It was
Like a hair metal band or like a screamo metal band?
a post death metal band.
What?
Yeah. With a cello and a lead guitarist and a death metal drummer who looks like the nerdiest kid you've known. Yeah, great premise, just terrible movie. It was just bad.
Oh man.
Yeah, 2 hours of my life I'll never get back.
Netflix movie you said, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're not exactly making the bangers these days.
not lately.
I remember like when they first started making movies and everyone was like, "Yo, Netflix movies is like where it's at." And then
Yeah.
like was Bright came out and everyone was like, "Oh no."
I like Bright.
I liked Bright too, but it was like
I wanted them to make a Bright too.
I think yeah. Now we're back to Will Smith. That's how Will Smith comes back.
That is how we were gonna circle back. Don't
Right.
think we forgot.
I've made a commitment that I would not talk about the Oscars incident on the show, but I will talk about how he can recover, and that is a new rap album or Bright 2,
Bars.
right?
Bars. Yeah, it is fun. It is wild though. They're just like, no, you can't be at the Oscars for 10 years.
I think that's
Dude, nobody's even gonna be watching in 10
Yeah, no,
years.
and like, well, and like he resigned, and like, I think the whole thing, like, I didn't really care about much of it. I just think it's fair enough that he got to keep his Oscar because it's
Yeah.
not like they ever took away Polanski's or
Well, again, and I was
Weinstein's.
hearing just how stupid it was on like you're hearing about like all of these other artists who just did like fucked up shit, and they were like in the news for it, and they still just won awards.
Yeah, so it's, and that's our 2 cents on it. I don't want to give much more of a take.
Yeah.
What happened happened.
I think the worst part was I was expecting so many good memes, and all the memes that came out the very next day were just dog shit.
I think
They were dog shit
everyone
memes.
that thinks he should have like everyone that's out there that like he should be going to prison and getting charges over it. I'm like, go fuck yourself. You're just like, I don't know what makes you happy, but like
Dude,
clearly,
Black Lives Matter would get so wet, they would just be fucking foamy at the mouth.
Right?
If that happened. Like, no, free will, free will, free will.
it's like no determinism. What?
Oh my God.
Nothing. Sorry, you kept saying free will.
And it's gonna be a scene. God damn it, this is like so funny racist. But it's just gonna be a scene of like, oh my guy, like with his arm reached out, and it's just gonna be like a guy doing a long jump over. Oh man, gosh, that'd be hilarious.
With that new single soundtrack playing in the background.
Yo,
Remember when Will Smith movies used to come with a soundtrack?
just remember when movies used to come with soundtracks?
Yeah,
When's the last good soundtrack?
I mean, they still have a best original song. Well, I think that probably got cut from the broadcast or the Oscars because that was the big thing.
Oh really? Oh, from I forgot what the it was Imagine Dragons though. Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it might have been.
I just know they cut a bunch of like categories from the broadcast because that's obviously what what was the problem with the Oscars was that there was too many categories.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
And it's like
so stupid.
It's like go fuck yourselves. I want to see them get awards. We want the stunt award. We want the stunt award.
We do want the stunt award. That's honestly the only reason why I come here.
And like
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Well, like the
crush a couple beers and be all
well, and
right.
it's like the stupidest thing is like you hear this argument of like, oh well, stunts will like if they start giving out awards for stunts, they'll like try and start one-upping each other.
Good.
It's well, like one. That's like the dumbest. Like that's the dumbest idea. Like there was like perfect example. There was a visual effects sequence. In what was it, the fucking drumming movie?
Oh, Whiplash.
Whiplash. Where the car crash scene.
Yeah.
Technically, that's a stunt.
Okay, yeah.
Because there was actual like practical stuff. Like, granted, it was like a visual effects scene that it was nominated for, but technically,
that's so fucked up.
Yeah, but that's just it. Is again a lot of these big budget fucking blockbusters that the fucking movies that make money, we'll go fucking see them and enjoy those, and they're getting snubbed at the fucking Oscars. They're getting best sound mixing and best visual design and best. Go fuck yourselves. No one went to go see.
Actually, the wild thing about that, I was just watching a video that was talking about the company that produced Whiplash, and they're actually this crazy like small budget. Like they make like hundreds of films and all like the lowest budget, and it's like one of those things where they just keep popping out low budget movies, and then one of them makes like like 100,000 or even $1 million, and they're like, yeah, we just 10x right now.
Well, and even again, a movie like Whiplash wasn't a fucking blockbuster or anything. It
made a stupid amount of money. It made like for the company that made it, it was like a gold mine.
But again, it ain't no like $2 billion Avengers movie.
Nah.
And not to say that Avengers should get Best Picture based on its ticket sales, because one of the Avengers movies deserve Best Picture. Well, maybe Infinity War, but
they're just action movies. It's not.
But action movies can have heart.
Like
Bad Boys. Infinity War has heart.
Bad Boys 2. Bad Boys for life.
Like you can have a good like action.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, dude, Die Hard. Just take a little vacation. They said
a Kill Bill movie.
Oh, dude, yeah, easily, yeah.
Or sorry, not Kill, a Tarantino movie, just in general.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because like it's like lately thinking about it, like Tarantino hasn't gone like too hard. It's like Hateful Eight, not like an action movie.
And Kill Bill was probably the
Hollywood.
most action movie. Because usually what it is for Tarantino, it's he builds up to an action climax.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that is one of the most legit action movies because like even with Django, like he's definitely like shooting motherfuckers down, but like
But there's generally like talking and like
it's more narrative than
yeah.
anything. You just have like this really
Even
built up love story.
even I think Inglorious Bastards would probably go as like his second hardest action movie, like compared to both Kill Bill movies, because just there's constant action throughout. But again, all of it is like quick and intense.
Yeah.
Because like the bar scene,
Yeah.
technically an action scene because there's a bunch of people shooting at each other,
Yeah.
but the action only happens for like 30 seconds on camera.
Yeah, it's so interesting. I never think about Tarantino films as action movies, even though they do have like.
Because they build towards giant action climaxes.
Yeah, no, it's just true.
And there's usually some level of foundation that's built so that the action's believable.
Mm.
Like it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah,
You've seen that Cliff Booth can take on Bruce Lee in a physical hand fight. So like there's no way you're gonna question whether or not he can beat the shit out of 3 hippies.
Yeah.
It's like, of course he can. He can beat up Bruce Lee.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
And then the flamethrower just on top of everything.
Oh, absolutely. Like Elon Musk was just like, yes, yes.
I'll be like fried sauerkraut.
That was good.
But again, yeah, not a full action movie, but the movie it has action in it, and I think you and I would both agree that like any Tarantino movie probably would have deserved Best Picture, given the year that it was out.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at
even Pulp Fiction too. Again, like
there's action in it, but the big action piece at the end is Bruce Willis.
Yeah, just fucking samurai sorting. I mean, just the iconic scene of him in the pawn shop moving from weapon to weapon. Like,
well, when you can hear all the other stuff happening,
the horror that is happening right now. And
he's like, I'm gonna take a moment.
Nah. Yeah, just iconic, so great. Good action choice.
Yeah. So again, just
yeah,
and
definitely, for the children.
Right, when do you going back to
Let's go back.
So when do you think you'll show Raiden Kill Bill?
2 years ago. Sure, 2 years ago.
And I think that's gonna be it for the episode.
Hell yeah.
Seems like a good place to end it on that.
That's right.
You all have a good night.
Good
Peace
night.
and love from the show.